Hey, what's up? It's update time here on the M54 3-liter build that I had started here a couple of weeks ago. Been a little busy, and then with winter time here, just not able to get back at it. But took advantage of some nice days that we had, and we got the block all nice and cleaned up. Gave it a nice little bath here, you can see, and cleaned up the deck surface pretty well. Came in here and gave it a quick little hone job just to deglaze those cylinder walls a little bit. And you can see here, this is an it's an aluminum block, but we do have thin iron liners in here. Not really your typical jugs that are usually replaceable. Usually if you got to take these things much past, I don't know, a couple thousandths, then you know you're pretty much onto a new block. But just a little deglaze there and ready to go. So everything looking good, cleaned up really nice compared to what it was. We got all the debris, old oil, and all that nasty stuff that was in there all taken care of, and gave it a nice clean after we got that hone job done. Went ahead and set the crank in here. You can see, don't want to call it really a rush job, but we did go ahead and verify that, I don't know if we can see it yet, right here we have yellow paint marks on our crankshaft here, which is indicating that we need the yellow crankshaft bearings. So BMW are color coded to oil clearance size. Typically you would use a white bearing. That's pretty standard. That's pretty much what I've always ever used, and most times when I go to check cranks, they are always either a white paint mark or no paint mark. A no paint mark would indicate it would need a white bearing. This time we had a yellow paint mark, so we went ahead and got yellow bearing shells, and that should set our oil spec tolerance, a bearing clearance tolerance. I went ahead and did check number 4 here right in the center. We gave it a check with some plastic gauge, and it is within the spec. We measured about, I'd say, 0.05 millimeters. I think it's a little on the loose end. I think the max spec here we're looking for is about 0.58 on the max. So it is a little bit loose. However, due to this fact that it's going to be a race engine, we're probably going to be running a thicker weight oil. And you know, the old saying, loose is fast. So hopefully that should be all fine. Again, we are in spec, so I'm not worried about that. And as you can see here, we got everything torqued down, and she is spinning nice and freely, ever so great. So that's about all I'm going to do here tonight. I'm happy to have the crankshaft back in, have our new main bearing shells in, and we have everything else cleaned up, pistons wise, connecting rods. I have the connecting rod bearings, I have the piston rings. So next step is going to be measuring those rings. Hopefully they will just go right in without any grinding, filing, any of that mess. Typically that's what I usually see when you get a good German piston ring, is they're all pretty much dead on. So hopefully that's the case, and we'll get them slammed in here and get some pistons in this thing and have hopefully a completed bottom end rotating assembly. Then we'll move on to doing the cylinder head and final assembly. But quick little update there for you on the M54 build, and it's coming along pretty nice.